What's up, everybody? I'm still in the same spot in Starbucks here in Pattaya, Thailand, just like every day. It's like, I don't know what it is, but I went through and picked out some Reddit profiles in advance that we can look at just to get my thoughts on it, maybe to help you guys out. Had a good day yesterday at the Elephant Sanctuary, working on editing that video later. Yeah, very interesting to go see elephants in their habitat. I never saw this in Wisconsin. I'm not supposed to see this stuff. But hopefully you guys are doing well and had a good, solid weekend. It's 11 a.m. here in Thailand. Decided I will leave Pattaya on Wednesday. Met up with a guy, messaged a guy from a forum. He's doing day game as well in Bangkok, which is originally where I wanted to go. So I'll go out there, get back to approaching, build that skill set up. Really get it dialed in. Since in Pattaya, I've not really focused on it. It's just not the environment for it. But yeah, let's go through. If you didn't see it yesterday, I did create a video going through a breakdown of, I won't show the screen yet, I guess. Did do a breakdown of a Bumble interaction that I had using astrology. That's basically what I do for most of my texting. You can really get a girl out in 5 to 7 texts. You should be able to get a phone number, get a girl out on a date. I'll see a lot of guys on Reddit that struggle with girls ghosting them, not really having good conversations. In my opinion, you shouldn't be having conversations on dating apps anyways. That's more for what the date is for, a phone call is for. Just get the girls out. You already know that they are somewhat attracted to you if they matched with you. They're not going to match with guys that they don't want to meet up with. So the longer that you take to meet up with them, the higher likelihood that they'll match with somebody. And if that guy knows what he's doing and he gets her out, you're going to miss out on it and just wasted your time texting her. But let's just through Reddit stuff for now. Yeah, look at all these. Look at how there. So one thing I noticed, this guy, don't know much about his situation. I don't know how old he is, but there's some things I thought might be useful for you guys if you guys are going out on dates. So he needs some basic advice. He met this girl via cold approach, so that's great. He's not just relying on online dating. He actually went out, talked to her, talked for a long time, good physical comfort. And then he mentions she even leaned in for him to apply her lipstick. That's just already showing that he's very willing to do stuff that, it just shows kind of some neediness. Like, why would you ever apply lipstick to a girl? I don't know. It just seems weird. At the end of the date, I ask for a kiss. Again, you shouldn't be asking girls for a kiss. It doesn't come off as very masculine. Just go for the kiss. If she my job to try, it's your job to resist. You're the man. I'm the man. You're the woman. I'll try again in a few minutes. But when you ask her for a kiss, when you're applying lipstick, it just doesn't put you in a masculine thing. Like, she's the leader now of the interaction. It even says I think it even says somewhere she led him around. She led a lot, even took me to her favorite spot. So it just shows that she's the leader. Maybe she just had fun kind of hanging out with this guy and didn't want to take it anywhere when he's applying lipstick. He's following her around like a little puppy. Just not the right friend. So if you're kind of doing this stuff, you're kind of taught this at an early age, I think. Like, you're supposed to ask for a kiss. You're supposed to wait till the end of the date to go for a kiss. And that's not really true. You don't need to do that. You should be just going for a kiss. You don't need to ask. Just go for it. And if she's not ready, just play it off. It's not a big deal. It's my job to try. It's your job to resist. Not a big deal. But then it sounds like he got blocked after the date. Did escalate physically too much or not lead enough? Yeah, I definitely didn't lead enough. Yeah, asking for the kiss. So it sounds like he already kind of knows some of the stuff that he may have, I wouldn't say done wrong, but could improve on. I would not, like I said, I would not ask for a kiss. I'll comment to these after So you don't need to see me type all this stuff out, I guess. But do you guys have any thoughts of that? Anybody who's in here? Is anybody in here? Sharing my screen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on that, type it in the comments. Let me know. But yeah, you're the man. You should be leading the date, taking her to spots. It's great that he did do the cold approach. That's awesome. But there are solidify this girl wanting to meet up with him next time. All right, next we have a profile review. This guy is in his 30, no matches, needs advice. So the first thing I would say immediately is that, yes, your first photo does show what you clearly look like, but it's not very high quality. It's just a selfie. This literally took you 2 seconds to take, and then you just posted it. So it shows no effort, and it doesn't make you look anything but just an take a selfie. It actually shows that you don't live an interesting life because you don't have better photos that you could put on your dating profile. So looking at this, I would say a majority of girls would just swipe left immediately and not even bother with the rest of it. So let's go to the second one. So you want a travel buddy, a partner traveling to different countries. You said travel twice, which I would not do. I think you spelled traveling wrong. It's also very generic. Like, yes, you want this, but why should a girl, based off your first photo, want to travel with you? Like, it doesn't even show that you are adventurous. So that can be changed. It should also be a we frame. We'll travel together. Just make sure you don't get lost when we go to Athens. You mentioned Athens. So kind of just make it fun and playful. But so far, spelling error. It's doesn't even, you don't even look like you do travel based off your first photo. And then, yeah, this one, this is just a weird selfie. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to show, that you're intense, or like, it just immediately girls are going to swipe left. I can see why immediately there's no matches. Like, if a girl does like this profile, it's probably not a girl that you're going to want to date, I'm going to guess. So first two, again, very low effort, doesn't make you look attractive, doesn't even show that you travel, which is what you mentioned. And then a kid photo. People don't care what you look like as a kid. They might also assume that that is your kid. Again, I've mentioned this before as well. If you're an atheist, that's fine. If you're only looking to match with atheists, then put that. But if you're open to meeting girls and you just want to get dating experience, just hide that. Like, you don't need to show what your religion is unless you're specifically filtering out girls that are only atheists. I think that just kind of hinders you a little bit. And then this is just a list about him and stuff he does. Video game nerd in your 30s is something that's going to turn off a lot of girls immediately. Even if you love to play video games, you don't need to mention that, like, unless you're specifically filtering for girls that want to play video games. But if you're in your 30s, my thought is you should just be trying to get on as many dates as you can to get the dating practice, so that when you do meet a girl that you really want to see long term, you're ready. You're not nervous. You're not, you're able to flirt, have good conversations. When I see stuff like this, it kind of gives me the impression that a lot of these guys would just settle for the first girl that comes along. Like, this guy's got no matches. So any girl that he does get on a date, he's going to do whatever he can to keep that girl around, which means you're coming from a place of scarcity, which means you're going to end up probably in a relationship that you're not entirely happy with. Sure, it'll be fine for a while, but then after that, what do you do when you realize, like, okay, yeah, I'm only with this girl because I don't want to be alone? I don't think it's going to be very difficult to find the exact right person in just one or two dates. So this is just a list of things that he likes. Again, it's not very playful. It's overwhelming. Like, I didn't even read all of it, to be honest. And I'm reviewing the thing. I saw video game nerd, and it's just like, immediately like, okay. Life goal of mine, move abroad to Spain. Okay. Yep. Again, no one care. And then it's just a selfie, and then it's an old blurry photo. if you guys can see, I'm imagining you guys can see some of the things that are wrong with this, but like, do you see why this guy's not standing out in any way? This profile is extremely, extremely low effort. You can't talk about travel and adventure and then have literally no photos of it. So this guy's got a lot of work to do. I'm guessing the fact that he didn't put any effort into his profile. He didn't even put any sort of context to like what his situation is, how long he's been on the apps, any of that stuff. No. So I'm going to guess he won't even really take any information to heart. I'll comment some stuff on there. I'm not going to give him a full breakdown because I don't know what he'll do with it, but definitely if you're going to want to get dates so that you're choosing from the right person, you want to have as good of a profile as possible. With something like this, you know, you get one girl messaging you and she goes, like, it's going to be painful because that was your only option at the time. So definitely some work to do there. Is there anybody in here? You guys got any thoughts for me? I know this time's probably not optimal since everybody's sleeping in the States, but all right, we'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. Yeah, just message me in the comments. Would you date yourself? This is a great question. This is something that really got me woken up when I was going through my separation, my divorce. Because I don't remember where I heard it, but it's probably RSD or something like, would you date yourself? And when I looked at who I was back then, I was overweight, no social skills, addicted to video games, no adventures, lived in small town Wisconsin. It's like, what kind of girl would want to date a guy like me? Like the most attractive girls that I see walking down the street that I would want to date, like me. I have no goals, no ambitions. I literally come home and play video games for 6 hours a night. I'm overweight. I don't go anywhere. I don't have anything cool, any interesting stories to tell. I don't have social skills, so I can't even flirt or be fun and playful unless I'm just super drunk. And then even then, I'm just kind of running around like a maniac. I'm not being flirtatious or anything like that. So when I started to ask myself that question of would I date, or would I, like a girl that I'm attracted to, would she date a guy like me? The answer was 100% no. I also read this in the book Models. You know, you're in a group of 10 guys. So you're number 1 out of 10, 9 other guys in that group. Would a girl date you over those 9 other guys? And at the time, the answer would have been 100% no. I'm overweight. I dress like a out of shape dad. I live in small town Wisconsin. I've never traveled literally anywhere besides just like to visit family. And, you know, like I said, no social skills. Couldn't flirt, couldn't be playful or any of that. So why should she choose me over those 9 other guys? And when I heard that and I realized, like, would you date yourself? It's like, okay, that makes sense. So now I'm going to have to start going to places where I can improve myself. So I went to Boston. I took that risk. I moved out of my hometown, moved to Boston. And that's really where it started. I had that new experience of I'm going to a city I've never been in. The town I'm from is 100,000 or less, like the county. So I was never in a big area like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go work on my social skills. I'm going to start building these adventures. And then I started, you know, from there, working on my style, losing weight, eating new foods, just trying to improve myself, trying to stand out more and more and more and more. And now, over the last 9 years, I would say that I've done a great job of that. Now, when I compare, like if I was that 1 out of 10 guys, especially in like the Midwest, like I stand out a ton. I'm in good shape. I've seen the world. I've had great relationships. I've learned a lot of new things. I've started businesses. I've done all this stuff. So I'm trying to really continue to improve and build myself up. So this is a great question to ask yourself. Not would you date yourself so much, but would a girl that you're attracted to, that you want to maybe get married to or date long term, would she date a guy like you? If I had a girl that I find attractive that was dating me during my separation, I'd be very suspicious of that. Why is she with a guy like me? I don't really have a lot to offer. I'm very needy. I still need validation. Like I said, all the other stuff about it. So I think that's a great question to ask. They give you this advice of just be yourself, which you want to be authentic. You want to be yourself, but that's terrible advice too, because then it keeps you stuck. If I just stayed myself then, and I just kept playing video games and I kept staying in small town Wisconsin, just hoping one day some girl will come around. Like if I just stayed myself, I would never even meet new people because I still don't have social skills. So the better thing to do is become a better version of yourself, and you will attract more and more people into your life. You'll attract higher quality friends. You'll attract more women. You'll attract more business opportunities. You'll attract more adventures. All this stuff will come about from you taking that reflection of like, what could I do to continue to improve myself? Would I date this version of myself now? And if not, what can I do to improve that? So, great question to ask. Let's see. This guy, I did read some of this. He was together with his wife for 14 years. So similar to me, I was with my ex for 13 years. We didn't have kids, so I can't really comment on that, but it does sound like he had a lot of doubts. He says after 18 months, we bought a house together and he wanted to just take the money and jump the plane, like just take off. This is how I kind of felt when I first got married. Like, okay, am I doing the right thing here? I know I'm in scarcity. I know there's a lot of red flags, but I also don't want to be alone. And so you just make the. Now he's 42. He's afraid of being on his own. He's scared of approaching women and being rejected because, let's face it, who wants a 42-year-old divorced dad? I got divorced at 35, terrified to be out on my own. Didn't think I would ever meet somebody new. Approaching women is scary. And you do have those doubts of like, who would want me? But this kind of goes back to that other question too of, would this girl want to date the guy that you are? This guy says he goes to the gym, he does training, he goes out for walks, and he says it all seems meaningless. And all that stuff is good for building yourself up, like trying to build confidence through all that. But the reason I think cold approach is so important is because you are having to face rejection. You're having to put yourself out there. You can do all this training, you go to the gym, you can get in great shape, but girls are still not going to just come up and approach you. They're not just going to, start conversations with you. They're not just going to ask you out on dates. That's stuff you're going to have to do. And the girls that you do meet, you're missing a lot of opportunities to meet some very attractive women when you walk down the street or you see them at the grocery store. And a lot of these girls are single. They're on dating apps, but they don't want to be. They're dealing with guys who don't know what they're doing on dating apps, sending them sexual comments and stuff all the time. And it gets frustrating. You see it a lot on Reddit specifically. But being able to go up to a girl, face that rejection, it just continues to build yourself up. It's one of the things that really got me to transform everything, because I realized I could become more attractive. It was going to be down to cold approach. He mentions here he's thought about getting escorts because they're a lot damn cheaper than going out drinking all night. So he's in that same situation where I think many of us are when we're in our 30s and 40s. We don't know how to go about meeting girls. Your options are very limited. You can go to the bars and drink, which is what a majority of guys will do. That's kind of what you're taught. Like that's your best option, is to go out and get drunk and just hope that you meet a single girl one day and you hit it off and things just work out. And it's not really the best option. Most of the girls that you meet are not going to be your type, especially if you're in your 30s and 40s and you don't have a lot of experience talking to girls. What kind of girls are you really going to get at the bar every weekend? It's probably not going to be the kind that you're going to have great success. Like when I think about it, like I don't want to date a girl who's in her 30s going to the bars drinking every weekend. Like I wouldn't want that. But if you don't know how to, face rejection and stuff, how are you going to meet are healthy? They're not getting drunk every weekend. So where am I going to meet them? It's not going to be at the bar, through the grocery store. It's going to have to be when they're at the mall, out on the street. It's gonna have to be in those environments. I'm not gonna meet them at the bar. A lot of them are not online. There are some girls that are online that, you meet them during the day. They love when you approach them because they're girls most girls do not want to have to rely on online dating. They do it as a last resort because they don't want to go to the bars. They know most guys. And, if you're over 25 and you've moved to a different city, you don't have a huge social circle. So maybe they rely on online dating. It can get frustrating for them too. So if you're able to go and approach them, it just lights them up, makes them feel great. And like I said, it's really the best thing that I ever did to improve myself. It made me want to lose weight and become more attractive and hit the gym and practice more social skills and things through audiobooks and all that stuff. So, as long as physical connection, hug, kiss, like he's scared of approaching women. And it is scary, but once you start doing it, you realize it's not that big a deal. It's either going to go very good or it's going to be very funny. There's no downside to it. The worst thing that happens is you feel a little awkward and then you just move on and go talk to not interested. Like if you're a good guy and you will take the time to build yourself up, like it's her loss. She can go back to doing whatever. But that's just my thoughts. Like I can see me when I was 35. Thought I was too old. Didn't think I would ever meet somebody. Wanted to have a good relationship at some point again after my wife left, but I was too afraid to go approach for a while, and my online dating profile sucked. So, I think women, but he just says he's scared. So I think that's really what it's going to come down to is like you're going to have to get over that fear if you want to date the highest quality girls that are going to be a good fit for your life. I think being able to be that kind of guy that can go approach them is going to separate you from others, and it's going to make you feel like, you have to be pretty. You're not giving into fear. You're not just letting yourself talk yourself out of things. It'll help you lead relationships because you're able to go and meet new girls throughout you're not going to get dates all the time forever, but like being able to go and talk to girls in a grocery store gives you a lot of abundance. So I highly recommend, doing what it takes to get over that. I can see the fear. I'll comment on that, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Is this something that you struggle with? Is this something for your separation or your breakup? I think a lot of reason guys get into second relationships after their breakups is because they're afraid to go and approach women, and because they're working on themselves, doing all this stuff, but then no one comes around for a while, and now you're been alone for say 6 months doing all this stuff, and then finally some girl comes along and you don't want to lose her, so now you're kind of in the same situation you were when you got married the first time, where you just finally glad somebody's around. Yes, you have to make compromises, but you're worried about never getting physical connection or a hug or a kiss, so you're just ready to just settle down with it because it's like, okay, well, it's better than nothing. I don't know when this next girl is going to come along. So I think that's a reason why many guys continue to have failed relationships. You get into it out of neediness, out of scarcity. Whereas if you learned how to approach girls and you can just talk to them when you're at the grocery store, it just gives you so many more options. Like you don't have to just settle with some girl because it's like, okay, she's good, but she's not the right fit for me. And then you just know, like, okay, well, I'll be able to meet somebody else again, so it's not a big deal. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. We'll do one more profile review. Is anybody in here yet? Am I missing some questions? Hey, what's up? Good, bro. I wanted to ask you, I always hear on Reddit recommended to go. Thanks. Thailand really easy mode. Thailand, I would say, is definitely easy mode for dating apps. They, 1 second, I'm drinking coffee. Like I stopped. I got to Bangkok couple weeks ago, I've had over 700 likes from dating apps. So Bangkok is definitely good for online dating. I don't know about Cold Approach. The girls are here pretty relaxed, but I'm in Pattaya, so it's more sex tourism. Like, I'm not gaming a lot. The vibe is good, but I don't know. I don't think it's like ideal. I think Colombia is good. Mexico's good. That's why I think dating apps are essential here to get a date. Yeah, dating apps are a great way to continue. What's up, brother? Nike fan. How you feeling, brother? I wish it was just more interactive so I could know when you guys are sending me messages. In terms of Thailand for easy mode, I don't know. I would say it's a lot easier than Australia and the US to get at least online dates. Cold Approach is Cold Approach. So you're still going to have to face rejection in any country you go to. Girls might be more receptive to a white guy approaching them in Thailand over, say, a white guy approaching white people in the US. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's easy. My plans for today, I got a call with a client in about an hour, and then I'm going to edit that video from the elephant area. And then I was writing in some of my book. Yeah, busy day. I've been eating eggs for the last 4 days. I didn't today because I got tired of them. I eat eggs every day. I also hate eating eggs. Like, they don't taste good to me. I just eat them because high protein, easy routine. I also don't care about food at all. I eat very plain, basic stuff, so food doesn't bother me. I'm happy to eat the same thing every day. Approaching dating Russians. Yeah, there's a lot of Russians here. The Thai girls here, because there's so many lady boys and escorts in Pattaya, I probably don't approach as many as. That's probably some of the reason I don't approach, but it's also. I also find Russians just more attractive, like cute, white, skinny blonde girls, brunettes. Yeah, just kind of my vibe. I don't think the language barrier can be an issue. You can just pull out the translator and it's not a big deal. Some girls aren't receptive and they just walk off right away because they don't speak English or they just don't want to talk to you. You just don't take it personal. You just take off. And I just bought the book She Comes First. That's a good book. She Comes First is good. Sex God Method is also a great book to like learn some dominance and give girls a different experience. Because the high amount of young Western guys in Bangkok dating, it's more difficult there. That could be. I don't think you can roll. I don't know that it's necessarily difficult. You just can't rely on like that stigma of like back in the day. You could just be a white guy and go to the Philippines and just date attractive women. With social media and stuff like you're not a rarity anymore. You're just a regular white guy. But if you have value, like you just continue to make yourself more attractive and you work on yourself, then it doesn't matter where you are. Girls will still want to talk to you. And being able to do an approach, like it just makes you stand out in any country. Most guys everywhere are too afraid to go approach a girl. So just stopping them is a huge thing. Plus it makes you feel good about yourself. Like, oh, okay, I just gave this girl value. No More Mr. Nice Guy is also a great book. Yeah, She Comes First, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Four Agreements. Yeah, books are going to help change everything. Like, I highly recommend Audible. You can go run, you can go to the gym, you can listen to books at 1.5 times speed, so you don't have to sit there and read for hours. Fucking easy mode. How have you guys been doing with getting dates and everything? Is that something you guys are working on? Is that something you're looking to do? Like, what are the main things you guys are trying to work on right now? Sangam. Yeah, I got wet the other day. Somebody splashed water in me. I'll be in Bangkok on Wednesday. I'll let you guys know how the dating is there. Like I said, Pattaya I got here the first day and I knew it wasn't for me, but I already booked my accommodation, so I'm just here working on content and trying to, I guess, be as healthy as I can. But Bangkok seems like it'll be a lot different. There's a lot more online dating opportunities there, bigger city. We'll see what happens. Yeah, being impeccable with your word, fitness. Yeah, trying to be impeccable with your word is huge. Do the things you say you're going to do, and the nice guy behavior that kind of goes with like that. No More Mr. Nice Guy book really helped me drop a lot of the nice guy stuff of always wanting to do stuff for approval and get people to like you. Being impeccable with your word is huge, though. Do the things you say you're going to do to yourself and others. Yeah, nice guy behaviors that's tough. That book will help you out a lot. For me, just being able to say no to things. Like I always assumed like I had to do things that I didn't want to do because I needed validation. But then I also started to realize like people don't have the same goals that I do. I need to do what's going to be best for my life. I want to achieve certain things, and if things come up, like somebody needs me to do something that I don't want to do and it's not in line with me, then I won't do it. It was easy, I had friends that would want to go out and drink all the time, but that's not in line with the kind of guy I want to be. I don't want to just go hang out at bars and, just get drunk with friends and then not go do anything. Like that's boring. I don't want to sit around and just watch a football game all day Sunday because I would rather go out and do more productive things. Would I get married again? I want to have kids, I think, but at the same time, I do. Right now, I'm in that spot where I was married for a long time, so I don't need to rush into anything. I don't feel like I've ever gotten the kind of I don't want to say that. I don't want to. Like the girls I've dated have been great, but the relationships just didn't work, and I don't know that I ever saw myself getting married. I like being able to travel to these different countries and have all these experiences, and maybe I was just meant to be a wandering nomad for a while. I'm in no rush because I did feel so trapped for so long, and because of like approaching and the journey and traveling, I've continued to see myself just growing and learning and being married. It's got to be with the right person, and I haven't met anybody where I've ever considered doing that. I think if you guys were around for that post, I think here, let's go to that post again. Like this guy, he's 42. He's 42 alone. Like yeah, like if you're in this mindset, you're going to end up in a relationship, and you might end up dating a girl that you don't want because you're just worried about. So with where I'm at, I know I'm not getting the kind of girls that I want. And my goals might be different than other people's. Like I still want to have threesomes with a girl. I still want to date a girl that's bisexual and see what that is like. I still want to go have some crazy adventures around the world. I don't think I'm in a place right now where I'm just ready relationship that would be, but I still want to go out and have these crazy I'm 42 now. I want to do this for a couple years. Make sure I meet the right girl. I don't want to meet a girl just because I'm afraid of being alone or because I'm missing physical connection. I don't have any like real fear that I won't meet anybody again. I just know I can continue to build my skill set and I can continue to meet new people. Like I can actually go out when I want to. I'm not going to get a date every day. I'm not going to attract every girl I talk to. But if I do enough approaches, I will meet attractive women. And I know that because of the guy that I am and the things I do to work on myself, I think I'm a good influence on their life. I think that they're better off having met me and being a part of their life. I like to leave people better off than I found them. When did you ever come in fear of putting yourself out there and posting this kind of content? So this, again, kind of comes down to why I think cold approach is so important. I grew up very shy, quiet, always looking for people's approval. I would not state my opinion. I would not rock the boat. I would not do anything that would make people think negatively about me. So I would always worry about what people thought of me. And that never got me anywhere. Like I would never tell a girl I thought she was attractive, because if she knew I liked her and she rejected me, like that's the worst thing in the world. So being able to go out and talk to girls and face rejection and then just continue to build myself, I just started to not care so much. Like if you can go out and get rejected by girls, why the fuck do I care about what people on YouTube say about me? Like it's much scarier to go out and get, talk to a girl in person and then she just say, I'm not interested. Like that kind of, you just kind of get numb to it. Like you don't care. Plus you get some good reactions, you build yourself up. And then I just started posting content because I always felt, the reason I started posting content was because I was never happy with who I was. Like at 35, divorced, overweight. I didn't want to, like I didn't like who I was, and I didn't know I could ever improve myself. I always thought I'm the man I am. I was always born low confidence. I never had tons of friends, never popular, never attracted to women. I just thought that was my lot in life. And then over the years, I've realized that that's not true. I can build myself up. I can have boundaries. I can let go of the nice guy shit. I can go and move out of small town Wisconsin and have all these adventures. And I think that many guys want that stuff and they don't know it's even possible. I didn't know it was possible for a long time. I just thought this was just the way life is. You're in a shitty marriage. You're not happy. You go about your day and you just make compromises. You get bored, so you play video games, and eventually you retire and you die with your wife that you've had sex with maybe 10 times in 10 years or whatever it is. So it's so as I learned that, it's like, okay, well, I think I have some things that I can share. I just put my story out there. I didn't even actually realize anybody would resonate with it, so that's kind of interesting. That's awesome. I did give a girl value the other day at grocery. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you don't have to. It's just easy. Just, hey, I saw you. I thought you looked very nice, and then walk away. You're just giving value. You're not trying to take anything. It'll make you feel good that you just gave somebody a good compliment. That's true. Plus, none of us are out here doing that cold approach. Yeah, most guys will never do a cold approach. That makes it stand out a lot. All right, boys. My computer's about to die. Hopefully that stuff has been helpful. Do you ever think about your old friends, colleagues, seeing your content? No. I actually do. I actually don't post it because I don't really care to have them know about it. Like the people that I grew up with, I saw posts on their Facebook the other day. They're still going out and getting drunk at a parade on a Saturday morning in their 40s. And I'm in Thailand doing dope shit. Like, I don't really care what they're doing. I don't want their lifestyle. I think I would rather have my life than theirs. I don't really rub it in. I don't know. I don't care that much if they see it. I don't want to come across as bitter or anything though. So like, I think I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna create creative stuff. Would love to hear from you guys, like anything that you want to see in particular that might help you guys out. It's a cold approach. Yep, Midwestern nice. Yep, that's the thing. Can't be, yeah. I'm assuming, Rick, with you, it's you grow up, you're supposed to get married to the first girl you love. You're supposed to have your kids, you go to work, you come home, you do nothing, you don't sleep with your wife, you don't do this. You just do this forever, and then you retire, and you can't speak your opinion because it's rude. Can't have boundaries because you just have to do what people like. It'd be unkind to not do just do whatever you can to help other people. I'm glad I'm out of there. Like I said, most of the people that I grew up with are still in the same town that they grew up in. working jobs that they probably don't really like, in relationships that I don't envy and wouldn't want to be a part of. I have to imagine a lot of them would rather be doing a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, but most people are afraid to take that risk. It doesn't sound like, when I look back on it, it doesn't sound like it was a huge risk to go and move to Boston. But when you grow up in the Midwest, in small town Wisconsin, like completely changing your life, dropping any friends that you had, all that stuff, and just moving. I think it's one of the best things I ever did. Yeah, I think that's all I got for today. Let me know if this stuff is useful for you guys, though. I'm just going to continue to be on Reddit, hopefully help you guys out with the, look at profile reviews, guys that are struggling with just whatever. Yeah, before I go, sure. I got 5% battery, 4% battery. Hey, Rick, what kind of stuff drew you to the channel? I'd be curious. Nice. That guy found his girl. That's good. Would I say Passport Bro is the way to go? I guess it depends on what you're looking for. For me, I think that online dating in, like, I made that video the other day, the podcast. I think online dating has been great in Mexico, Colombia, Bali, Thailand. Like the dating is so much different, and you're going to meet girls from different cultures. So it kind of depends on what kind of girls you want to meet. The downside is that, you do have to worry about visas, so you might not be able to bring a girl back that you really resonate with. And, you meet a girl you really like, but then you have to leave the country, and then you have to work out if she can get back to the U.S., wherever you're going. So there are some downsides. But I do love being able to meet girls from different cultures and see what kind of girls I really like. And you can make it work too. I mean, I personally, if you're in the U.S., go travel around, use your passport. You don't have to settle on anything. Just go out, meet as many people as you can, see what you like, build some experiences, build some interesting stories that will help you date wherever you go. Because most guys these girls go out on dates with, they don't have anything interesting going on. They've never been to any country. They go with their friends to the bars on the weekends, and then they watch football, and then they do all this stuff. And like, it's not anything that makes you stand out. So, AI make my face attractive. I just think you need more attractive photos. Like, you can work on, I got 3% battery left. You can work on, I don't think it's so much that you're unattractive. It's probably just the way you're presenting yourself. Attraction, if you're like very, very unattractive, then you're going to have to use a lot more of your personality on day game to meet girls, which I would highly recommend anyways. But me personally, I don't like AI photos. I think you just should take higher quality photos. There's definitely ways to make yourself look more attractive, like with a suit or in a cool setting and stuff like that. So reach out to me on School if you have more questions. If you have no personality and you're boring, then work on that stuff. Like I had no personality and I was boring. Like I said, I'd come home and play video games with no life experience. What am I going to talk about? Girls don't give a shit about Zelda. And I realized that. So then I had to go out and start having adventures, start building my confidence, start improving my social skills, building charisma. These are things that are in your control. I felt the same way. I felt no personality, very boring. It's something that you can work on for sure. So I would say that. All right, guys, I got to go. I got 3% battery. Hopefully it's helpful. I'll be on tomorrow too. If you guys want to jump on, we can talk. And if you can't, if your girl's going to fart around you all the time. All right, boys, good to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.